Shonen, a word that may either confuse, be intuitive, or completely unknown depending on your experience in anime and manga. In this video, I quickly want to just break down what exactly this is and a couple other important terms that are used to describe different kinds of anime. These classifications are based on the story, the plot, and the visual content of the series, so it'll probably be useful for you finding more types of anime that you enjoy or finding a trend that you really like and that you can go into. So the first one is obviously going to be the one from the title of the video, and that is Shonen. So I'm no Japanese expert and all my knowledge comes from anime, but if I'm not mistaken, Shonen refers to a young boy. That's why someone like All Might in My Hero calls Deku Midoriya Shonen.
爆豪少年のように、緑谷少年のように、緑谷少年が爆豪少年の力に憧れたように。
So I'm sure that you can immediately guess that shonen anime refers to anime made for young boys. But just because it's for young boys doesn't mean anything about whether or not you can watch it, right? In the end of the day, anyone can watch whatever manga they want or anime that they want. Unless we're talking about adult series, then you probably shouldn't be reading stuff if you're underage. But for the most part, you're free to read and watch whatever you want. This label, just like the rest that I'll mention later on, simply defines the target audience. So when I say that this anime is for young boys, it's typically made for a male audience between the ages of 12 to 17-year-olds. So basically a lot of the content is catered to what people in that age range would enjoy, meaning that if you're not in this age range and a boy, then it's understandable if you either don't like these kinds of series or you don't like an aspect of these kinds of series. And generally these series tend to be more action-packed, they're simpler, they're direct stories with male leads that are also in this age group, and you may find some stuff like fan service which, teenage boys would like. Some popular titles in this group include stuff like My Hero Academia, which I mentioned earlier, One Piece, Demon Slayer, or Haikyuu. Next we have the Seinen series or the Seinen series depending on how you pronounce it, and these are basically the next logical level of series for the male audience. So while Shonen targets 12 to 17-year-old boys, Seinen series target 18 years and above. Because of this, their content tends to be a lot more mature, but just like Shonen, the group still tends to have main characters that are older like their target audience. They also tend not to be all action-packed like Shonen series or seem action-packed. Because, anime has that way of making action even in the most simplest of activities. But even though they're not all action-packed, they still tend to have a lot more deeper meanings in them and explore more profound topics. And since their audience is mature, they can present more mature and graphical content. Examples of these include stuff like Vinland Saga, Psycho Pass, or Grand Blue. Alright, so now that I've explained Shonen and Seinen, we can quickly get through the next two. And so the next group of series are Shojo series. And these are essentially the same as Shonen series, but for girls, right? In the same age range. Apart from that, a lot is the same. Female-centric stories with characters of similar ages to its audience and stories that probably are appealing to girls in that age range. Examples in this category include series like Ore Monogatari, Haru Ride, or Vampire Knight. Finally, we have the Josei content, which is kinda like the Seinen to Shoujo's Shonen. So, series that are targeted to more mature female audiences. And just like the Seinen, they take the opportunity to present more profound themes, stories, explore more graphical content, and all that kind of stuff. Examples are Yuri on Ice, Gokusen, and Saiyuuki. So to summarize, Shonen series are series for young boys, typically of ages 12 to 17, and they tend to be more action-packed and simple. Seinen series are meant for older male audiences and are more profound and graphical. Shojo, like Shonen series, are meant for girls in ages 12 to 17 and are more straightforward stories that girls would like, and Josei content is for more mature female audiences looking for deeper stories. Now, before I end, I feel like I have to repeat this one more time, but these are all just series labels at the end of the day, and you're literally free to watch whatever you want to watch. You don't have to be limited by anything. But I think it's just a good thing to understand what kind of content and the target audience of the content that you're watching. Or it's good if you enjoy a particular kind of story and you want to find more stories like that, then this may be a good way for you to find more of those kinds of stories that have that thing that you just couldn't put your finger on. And finally, maybe you just want to broaden the types of stories that you watch or read, so this may be a chance for you to go and explore different kinds of stories, stuff that you've never known about that exist. As always, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed or got any value from this, then do the thingy-do that will let me know that you want me to keep making videos just for you.